The big 7 really count to building a great real estate career. And what are they? Well, the first key thing is that you've got to have phenomenal area knowledge. You've got to know everything about your area, where the local schools are, the local transport, but also to understanding like where are the expensive streets in your particular marketplace. The second thing is to then have incredible market knowledge. Incredible market knowledge is about knowing what does a 1 bedder, 2 bedder, 3 bedder, 4 bedder, 5 bedder actually lease for? What does a 1 bedder, 2 bedder, 3 bedder, 4 bedder, 5 bedder actually sell for? Who are the best builders in town, and ultimately where are the locations for high density, medium density, and low density development? If you then think about it, the next conversation is transactional confidence. Transactional confidence is about understanding exactly everything you've got to do to bring a listing to market, but then also to get a property sold. What to do in all of the sticky situations, in multiple offers, actually selling prior to auction, or maybe on a 1 bidder auction, what to do to even change a reserve. But once we've got past transactional confidence, it's then think about what we got to do to become phenomenal about our brand knowledge. Knowing everything about your brand, the number of opens you do on a Saturday, the number of buyers you get to meet, the record sale prices that you've got, the block records, the street records, the suburb records that you actually hold inside of your firm, and then learning how to tell a great story about what it is that you do as an individual brand. But then we think about 3 specific skills to make your business absolutely fire. And that's about how you actually go to generate a lead. Really thinking through the formula of what great agents really get to, which is a minimum number of open for inspections each and every Saturday, so you can meet as many buyers and as many neighbors as possible through the course of actually selling your existing listings. And then knowing what to do when you walk into that listing presentation so you can win against the toughest competitors. It's about having a win-loss meeting every week and really identifying what's working in the lounge room to help you to win listings and what's not working when you're going up against very specific competitors. That then leads us to our final conversation around what are we doing to make sure that we're seriously good in actually being able to sell properties at any one point in time. And that might be through auction, it might be via for sale, it might even be through expressions of interest, but knowing what to do given the legislation of the day and the market conditions of the day to make sure that you go and adapt. So whenever I walk into a real estate business, whenever I'm training someone who's brand new to industry, or whenever I meet someone who's actually on a plateau inside of their career, I always go in and have a quick look at to think about these major areas to say, is it area, market, brand, transactional, how they generate a lead, win a listing, or make a sale? That's the biggest opportunity for improvement. And what we invariably find is that if you don't have that area and market knowledge, there is no way that you're going to be good in prospecting or ultimately in listing, and definitely not in selling. But if you don't have transactional confidence, you're not going to ask the seller to sell, and nor are you going to get the buyer to buy. And so those things are so critically important to get right, because the building block of then having the brand knowledge is what's going to make you phenomenal inside of that listing presentation. It's about actually having a formula for everything you do inside of your business. So if you say, you know what, I want to get to 5 opens every Saturday, because 5 opens allows me to meet more buyers, more neighbors, more sellers, to grow a database and to have a phenomenal real estate business, then that's what you know is the cornerstone of your success. So get the big 7 right, because even if you're a top agent, you're going to have to train your new agents in how to do it. And even if you're a new agent, you're going to need to learn how to master those skills to become the best agent in market.